Hello and welcome to Hatty Studio. This is Michael Shamika with you. And in this very tutorial, we're going to look at navigating the 3D window in Blender 3.4. Alright, let's jump right in. Opening up Blender, you should see right here this splash screen. Just click here to take off the splash screen. Now, the 3D window is this very space where you get to perform your 3D modeling as well as various other functions. Okay, operations. All right, so for navigation, I would first like to turn on my screencast keys from the hand panel. Yes, so you can, of course, follow through whatever I'm doing at the bottom left corner. Now, to rotate your 3D window, like I'm doing, just hold your middle mouse button down and move your mouse. So just click down middle mouse button and move your mouse. This way you would be able to rotate around whatever object is selected. If you're unable to rotate about the selected object, kindly go to Edit, Preferences, and come to Navigation and turn on Orbit Around Selection. Make sure to turn off Perspective as well as turn off Depth. Also turn on Zoom to Mouse Position. This too depends on how your mouse is actually operating. For me, it works fine turning both of them off. All right, so if the light here is selected and I press the middle mouse button down to rotate, I'm rotating around the light. Now, if I select the camera and rotate, you can see I'm rotating around the camera. So that's what the orbit around selection does. Whatever is selected is being rotated around or orbited around. All right, so that's the first thing we're looking at. The next we're looking at is how do you pan your window? How do you pan? So, um, assuming I'm working and my window is currently looking like this, right? But I would like to center it. Two things I can do. First is to press Shift C, which takes the 3D cursor, that is this crosshair, this 3D cursor. It takes it to view as well as shows everything in my scene. Everything in my scene comes to view. So that's what Shift C is going to do. It's going to position your 3D cursor to the center. So if this 3D cursor is right here right now, okay, this is it. If I press Shift C, it is taken to the center of my workspace. Let's move this apart just to demonstrate that once again. So this is my 3D cursor. In order for it to move to the center, it's not going to the object. No, not the object. No, it's going to the center of my workspace. So if I press Shift C, you can see the 3D cursor has moved to the center of my workspace. So just like on your mathematical graph where you have the Y and the X, so the Y is the green line and the X is the red line, while Z is up and down. Okay, so Shift S and selection to cursor. So yeah, that's that. So if I want to pan, all I just need to do is hold down the Shift button on my keyboard and press my middle mouse button down and move my mouse. So on my screencast keys here, you're going to see Shift and then middle mouse button. I've held it down and just move it. And with this, I can easily reposition my screen however I see fit. All right, that's how to pan. So to select object, just left click to select your object. Yep. Now let's look at our various views. In the view tab here, under viewpoint, I have camera. So, and the shortcut is the number pad 0. So if I press it, I'm looking through my camera right now. Okay, and I can just select right at the edge of the camera here to have the camera selected, or I can also select the camera in my outliner section here. So whatever object is selected has this orange outline around it. Yeah. Now I can also select front. So this shows the front, right? And you can see front perspective, okay? And viewpoint right. So this is right perspective. And let's go check up the top. So viewpoint top. So top perspective. So those are the ways you can, or that's how you can easily change your various views. Also, you can use this gimbal here to change your view. So if I press Y here, that's for back. If I press the same Y again, it takes me to minus Y, which is the front. If I press X, that's right. If I press the same X again, it takes me to the back left. If I press Z, that's top. If I press the same Z again, it takes me to minus Z, which is the bottom. Now, for these views, right now I'm using the perspective view. Of course, you can see it fading off in the distance, right? So that's what your perspective does. It takes a real world view, like a real world analysis of how the scene looks like. But let's switch it to what we call orthographic. Orthographic. So, like, click right there, and the shortcut is the number part 5. So if you press 5 on your keyboard, you have orthographic view, or you can just always switch between them using this. Okay, so you can keep pressing 5 or just use this to switch. So in orthographic view, you can see it's not fading off in the distance. It just keeps, yeah, it just keeps going on and on and on. Like if I'm in my front orthographic, now I can see these grid lines. If I'm in the right orthographic, I see those green lines. Up and down, that's the blue. Front and back, that's the green. Now left and right, that's, I'm going to see that when I'm looking through the front, that's from the minus X to the plus X, plus Z, minus Z, and minus Y, plus Y. All right, so that's we taking a good look at navigation in Blender. And if you want to zoom in, just use your middle mouse button to scroll in and out. This way you're going to be able to zoom in. If you have any questions, kindly leave them right at the comment section. This is more of an introduction to the 3D viewport in Blender, now to navigate in Blender. See you in the next video. Bye for now.